welcome back to In the Loop. I am your host, Esmeralda Garcia, and today we have a very special guest on the show, Dr. Thomas Newsom, president of Southeastern Oklahoma State University, here today. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Esme. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me to be in the loop.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We are all very excited to have you here. Before we begin into master plan questions, I want to ask you, for students who might not know what presidency at Southeastern means, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and what that looks like?
Wow, that's a big question.
I'll
try to answer it best I can. So, the president of a university is much like the person that runs a local city, a local government. Southeastern Oklahoma State University, we have about a little over 6,000 students that attend school at our university here in Durant. A few more out in Idabel, Ardmore, some of our other locations. We have a location in Grayson County. So it's kind of like running a small city that never sleeps, that is here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and making sure that it's a safe environment for our students and our faculty and staff, and making sure that we're on track to be successful every semester in order to give students and faculty and staff the things that they need to be successful on campus. So I kind of see my job as the facilitator for ensuring that people can be the best they can be at Southeastern, and take pride in that. I often tell people I don't have a job, I don't have a career. I get the fortunate benefit of being a university president and get to come to a university every day and see great things happen through the eyes of our students and our faculty and staff, and that's really what brings me joy, is being a president of a university.
That's awesome. I think you've done a great job since you started your presidency in April of 2020, and quickly, 2 years after, you rolled out this master plan, not of just renovating, but seeing a vision of not holding students back, our facilities, and wanting academic success, and keeping students here at Southeastern for their whole complete academic career. What motivated you to pull out soon in your presidency? What motivated you to roll out this master plan to completely renovate Southeastern?
Well, when I got here, we're right in the middle of that little pandemic that we had, a little COVID pandemic, so there weren't a lot of students on campus. And it was kind of an interesting time because the campus was quiet. We were in lockdown to where we weren't having face-to-face classes. So living on campus in the Magnolia House, I had a lot of free time and a set of keys, and did a lot of walking and opening doors and looking at our facilities and looking at our campus and looking at the things that we had, and again to try to help students and our faculty and staff be successful, and quickly realized that our facilities were just a little tired. They needed a little love. They needed a little attention. And so right after we came out of the pandemic, we hired a firm out of Tulsa to take a look at our campus, kind of talk about vision and where we wanted to be maybe in 5 or 10 years in terms of our facilities and our infrastructure. And so they put together a great plan for us that we came out with in June of 2022. And that plan included everything from upgrading buildings that were offline, bringing them back online, to parking lots, to signage, to infrastructure for IT and communications, and really we just felt like for us to be a campus that attracted students to Durant, Oklahoma, and then a campus that could support those students while they were here so they could be successful, get the things that they needed to go out there and be successful in life and have great careers, that we needed to do some work. We needed to really give our campus a little love and a little attention. And so that's what really was the genesis of this idea of a campus master plan that again kind of evolved and became final in 2022. And then we started working on it with some projects on campus.
Yeah, we're really excited about those things. It feels like we're being heard, because I feel like as a student body, we had the same realization. I've been a student since 2022, I think, the same time, and it's a beautiful campus. I think tired is a phenomenal word, and I think it's really awesome to have a president that not only sees what we have, but also sees the potential that it has. So I'm really excited. We've already seen some changes. We have a beautiful front lawn, and we did the Crooked Smile Trail, just like that thing that's the most recent thing,
Yeah.
and we added BCM building. So it's slowly going towards plan. What's the next thing that students can look forward to?
Well, the next thing that students can look forward to, I think, is this construction that's underway right now, and that's about to wrap up in the next few months, and that is some real significant renovations, mostly cosmetic, to the biology building.
Cool.
That's about a $2.5 million project, which will help us have a better space for our cadaver lab, upgrade that space, upgrade all of the labs in that building, do some work on some floors that are kind of in disrepair, and just make that building more functional from a student perspective, from a faculty staff perspective. You know, we're fortunate, we're one of the only regional universities in the state of Oklahoma and in our region that has cadavers, and we're proud of that because it helps with those classes that need those pre-med classes, some of those classes in biology and anatomy, and that need that tool in order to learn. And so we're upgrading that space, which is much needed. And then we will start immediately in the next few months on about $5.5 million, probably will grow into about a $9 million renovation of the science building.
How fun.
And that's a building that has chemistry and science labs that were built in the 60s that have really not seen a lot of attention since then in terms of upgrading and modernizing. So that building renovation will be focused on those labs and bringing them up to modern day specifications, again, for students and faculty and staff to do research in and to study in and to learn in. We'll also be adding an annex to that building, which will include a new elevator, new chemical storage, potentially some lobby space for students to kind of gather in between classes and those sort of things. So that's the next phase. And then, of course, we made an announcement a few months ago about the new football renovations, and that is a renovation to completely tear down our home side of the stadium, rebuild that with a new bleacher system with some chair backs that is more ADA accessible, is more fan friendly, gives a better fan experience, include a new press box with all the working areas that we need for a modern day press box, and then relocate some seats to the north end zone for our band to use, kind of have them a dedicated space, intentional space for band, and then eventually, hopefully, redo the visiting side and increase our capacity of our stadium to about 5,500, which is about the size that we need for both us and Durant High School. And that project, we're hoping to put shovels in the ground right after the 2026 football season.
Okay.
So we'd play 2 more years in our current facility, and then in 2027 have a new facility for football and all of the sports and athletic events and things that happen in our stadium. We're very, very thankful that First United Bank and the Massey Family Foundation were our lead donors on that project, and so the new stadium is the Spend Life Wisely Stadium. It'll still remain Paul Laird Field at Spend Life Wisely Stadium, and then later this month in April we will be doing new turf, new fencing around the stadium, new fencing around Tailgate Alley, and that's all part of that new renovation project. And then we're really, really excited because we have a couple of other projects that came out of what really a phenomenal day that we had on our Founders Day, and that was our second ever Giving Day. And our first ever Giving Day last year, we raised about $135,000. And this Giving Day, we raised $5.5 million, and that includes our stadium project. But it also includes a couple of other projects I think are really important, and one is our amphitheater. We received $1 million donation to do renovations, upgrades, making our amphitheater more usable in terms of from ADA accessibility standpoint, as well as the stage, the lighting, the sound. That we think that's about a $1.9 million project. We have about $1.3 million raised already, so we're hoping that we can finish off that fundraising effort and get that project underway maybe within the next year. And then the other project that we haven't talked a lot about, but we're excited about, is as part of Giving Day, we raised over $750,000 for new lighting and sound in Montgomery Auditorium.
That's awesome.
And that's really something that we really need, not only as a university, but for our community. That space is really used quite a bit, not only, of course, from Southeastern's perspective, but from our community perspective. And we just don't have modern lighting and sound in that room. And so $750,000 is what we've gotten in terms of a project cost for new lighting and sound in Montgomery Auditorium. And we're really excited that project will start quickly, and hopefully this summer when students, when our theater department, our music department, when those performing arts majors come back, there'll be a new upgrade to Montgomery Auditorium, which will make things a lot easier for them, because I think right now we're having to move lights around between facilities, and we're having some sound issues with electrical problems in that building. So really excited about that project. And then next on the horizon is we've hired an architectural firm that's going to go in and do some work in terms of planning to bring Hallie McKinney back.
Wow.
Not only as a kind of a student success center on the first floor with some potential kind of food court kind of space, but then bring the upper floors back as new student housing. We will get that drawing and those renderings and that vision, and part of that project will give us a cost build estimate to renovate that space, and then we'll start working on some fundraising to bring that space back. So yeah, a lot of great things happening. You mentioned the Crooked Smile Trail, the bridge over Chuckwaw Creek that connects the north campus to the south campus and allows our students to go back and forth between here and the intramural fields and the softball stadium, which is really exciting without having to walk up First Street. So yeah, a lot of things, and all of these things are found in that master plan. That master plan really was the roadmap for these things, and so we're really excited about the fact that we've gotten support from not only our community but our alumni and our friends and our students and our faculty and staff to really make some significant progress on that plan in the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that it's very exciting because in this plan and the things that we're looking forward to, it seems like a lot of this campus is going to benefit from this. It's not just targeted in one area or one department. It seems like you're trying to really well-round the campus and students' success in the future. So that's really exciting. Yeah. And I think it's also really cool that Southeastern is also part this master plan. It's the part of giving back to the community and also being able to facilitate the community. I hope that students understand or know that there's a lot of community events that happen at Southeastern. Like you said, the football stadium holds a lot of different events. The Montgomery building, I saw a play and I helped hundreds of students, kindergarten students, elementary students from across the area like Kingston and Silo, all just around the community, and so you wanting to not just better Southeastern, you also want to better the community. It's really exciting. Well, we're so thankful for this new project. We're so thankful that you are moving that along and helping us have a better future and a success rate that I'm looking forward to. Well, this was In the Loop. We're so thankful that President Newsom was here to talk about the master plan. We will see you later. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dr. Newsom.
Thank you.
Yeah.